I think, Paul, you already outlined that really all the dogs at the moment come from Hillsborough County Animal Services. So I guess what I really want to do is read this email and then have you in particular, Julie Rae, and others can respond.
Sure.
It says, I couldn't disagree more about your contention, I guess that means mine, that pit bulls are malign. Maybe he means Paul's, but we sort of made that point. I do agree that all pit bulls aren't killers. However, it must be acknowledged that they do kill more humans than all other breeds combined. And he gives a link, dogexpert.com, and then a whole rest of the things. So let's talk about that a little bit. I think we sort of have to, because one of the things that drew me to this program is precisely because it was helping veterans with PTSD, but it was helping pit bulls who I think, I'll use the word he used, I think they are maligned, and I think, as we talked about on this show a number of times, there's sort of this whole breed bigotry that goes on, and yes, bad things have happened with pit bulls, but bad things have happened with a lot of other dogs. Anyways, now I'm answering the question when you're supposed to respond. Sorry, but it just gets me upset when I hear that, because I just think it's so short-sighted. But anyways, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'd like to hear yours, Julie Rae.
Well, my opinion is that pit bulls were bred originally to have a devotion, and they're extremely centered on their work focus. So, and to please the owner. They want to please their owner. Just like when Rottweilers and Dobermans and any aggressive dog was popular, there was a rise in problems because people would breed them and then for the wrong reasons. They would breed them to be aggressive, to be a big, bad, mean dog. Unfortunately, that's what's happened with the pit bull. People want to get into dog fighting. They want to have a big, bad, mean dog. So what's happened is a lot of the aggressive tendencies are bred into the wrong dogs and gotten into wrong hands. People that want a real mean, aggressive dog will pick that one and then breed it with another mean, aggressive dog, and then you have a generation of mean, aggressive dogs. That's not what the pit bulls started out as. As Brian alluded to, they were in the World War I, and they started out, they were mascots in many of the wars. And they were the #1 family dog in the 30s and 40s on Little Rascals. Petey was a pit bull. And with that being said, because they're so loyal, they will fight to death for their owners. On the flip side of that, they will also, if you don't have the aggressive dog, which Hillsborough County Animal Services is very in tune to that, and they go through strict training before they even come out. They have to go through the Pit Bull Ambassador program at Hillsborough County Animal Services. Once they do that, they have to pass their Canine Good Citizens Award. After that, they have only so many weeks to get adopted before they're euthanized, because they can't possibly hold, like Paul said, there's 70% of the dogs there are pit bulls. They can't possibly hold all those dogs. So once they go through Pit Bull Ambassadors, once they get their CGC award, they still might not make it out of the center.
Sure.
That's where the transition homes come in. That's where Pit Bulls for Patriots come in. They handpick the dogs that they want with the right temperament. Unfortunately, there are some aggressive dogs that have to be put down.
Sure.
Just like with Dobermans, just like with Rottweilers. You can't have an aggressive dog around kids.
Right. Well, and I just wanted to say, because I was going to sort of get into this at some point during our discussion today anyway, but the pits who attack, are possibly, as you said, bred that way. But they're also trained or treated, in such a way that
To attack.
That's possible, if not the desired outcome. Absolutely. But the thing is, depending on what's going on in the breeding, if that same pit bull, if you sort of went back in time just a little bit, were raised and trained and treated in a loving, nurturing way, that pit in turn would be loving, sweet, extremely protective. Exactly. As we've found, we're talking with Brian about Dozer. And really, at that point, no more risk of attacking anybody than my sweet yellow lab at home.
Exactly.
Right?
It comes from the beginning of the dog, what they're trained to do. If you get an 8-week-old puppy and you're roughhousing it, and you're making it attack, and you're throwing it to do things to make it mean, of course you're going to have a mean dog. You're going to have a mean 2-year-old. You're going to have a mean 3-year-old. Neutering and spaying, especially neutering a male dog. The majority of attacks that have happened have been unneutered males. And there's just that hormone going through. They've been trained, they're aggressive, and they attack, you know.
Yeah. Well, I just, now this is an anonymous email, but still, it just popped up and it said statistics.